Good morning, children. Today we will see the uses of properties of parallel lines. Uses of properties of parallel lines. Uses of properties of parallel lines. Means where by using the parallel properties of parallel lines, where we will use to prove the more, to get the more information. Okay, so for that we will see the first theorem, and the theorem is the sum of measures of, theorem is the sum of measures, the sum of measures of all angles of triangle is 180. Triangle is 180 degree. Okay, this already we had seen that by using the activities of making papers in standard 7, that all angles of a triangle is, measure of sum of all angles of triangle is 180. But now we will prove it theoretically. So first of all, for that, as per information, we will draw the figure. As per information, we will draw the figure at first. So I will draw here triangle. You draw any triangle which you want that. Okay, so here I am drawing the acute angle triangle, and this is my triangle ABC. This is my triangle ABC. Okay, and I have to show that this all angles, means angle ABC plus angle BCA plus angle BAC is equal to 180. So as per information, I will write, as you know that theorems, what we are writing at first, given. So given for this is the triangle ABC is any triangle. Triangle ABC is any triangle. Any triangle means it may be acute angle, it may be obtuse angle, or it may be right angle. Now given over the next point of the theorem is the two proofs. What we have to prove, that is angle ABC, here right, angle ABC plus angle BCA plus angle CAB is equals to 180 degree. That we have to prove. And the next point is the, to prove this all sum of all angle is 180, we have to do the construction. Okay, and that construction inside, what we are doing, we are using the proper parallel line we are drawing for this. So for this triangle ABC, I will draw here line which is parallel to BC, which is parallel to BC, and it is passing from vertex A. It is passing from vertex A, and I will name it here as a P and Q. This is my line PQ. Okay, and it passes from vertex A and parallel to BC. Okay, now the next construction I have to write. So what construction I had done here? Draw a line parallel to sec BC, a line parallel to sec BC. This is PQ is a line and it is parallel to BC. Okay, and passing through point A, and passing through point A. Okay, it is passing from point A. And how is this? On the line take point P and Q. On the line take point P and Q such that how we have to take this point? P dash A dash Q. P dash A dash Q means A is there, it is in between P and Q. And the next point of our theorem is the proof. Okay, so how to prove this? First of all, what we have to do? We have to, suppose this is PA is parallel to BC. this PA is parallel to BC and this AC is not here. If it is AC is not here, and so this PA is parallel to BC and AB is its transversal, then which angles? PAB, this angle PAB is congruent to angle ABC, because if these two are the parallel lines, and we seen in the parallel lines properties, or we prove it that when these two lines are parallel to each other, then these alternate angles are congruent to each other. So proof inside we will write now. So right here, line PQ is parallel to line BC, and AB is its a transversal. Okay, then what we have to write? Angle PAB, this angle PAB, angle PAB is congruent to angle ABC, and reason is this is our first statement, and this is reason is the alternate angles. If lines are parallel to each other, then the pair of alternate angles are what? They are congruent. That is because of it what we wrote it here, this angle is congruent. Now same thing we have to do, but instead of this line PQ is parallel to BC, but instead of taking AB as a transversal, we have to take AC as a transversal now. So right here, line PQ is parallel to line BC, and AC as a transversal. AC is a transversal. If AC is transversal, then the angle, which is that angle QA, this point A we will write here upside. A we will write here upside. It is getting confused. Okay, so QAC and ACB, these two angles, QAC and ACB, these two angles are what? They are congruent to each other, and reason behind it is that same, that is they are alternate angles. So here write angle, this QAC is congruent to angle ACB. This is our second statement, and reason is the same, that is alternate angles. Okay, now what we have to do? Therefore from 1 and 2 right here. Therefore from 1 and 2. What we have to do here? We have to add these all angles. Same thing we will do. We will add this first and second statement. So first of all we will add PAB, angle PAB plus angle, this side of the equation we are adding PAB, and this is QAC. PAB plus angle QAC is equals to, this PAB plus QAC is equals to ABC plus ACB. Okay, ABC plus ACB. Angle ABC plus angle ACB. Okay, so they are congruent, means they have the equal measure. That also we have to write here. You just write congruent or equal measure. So if we add this both, then what happens here? See here, this side, then what we will do? This we had here, it is our statement number 3. Okay, now adding this angle, we will add BAC in both sides of the equation. Now here write add angle BAC in both side of the 3. Both side of equation 3. Okay, so 3 inside we have to add the BAC. So first of all I will write here angle PAB, okay, plus angle QAC plus angle BAC. I will add it here. Angle BAC is equals to, okay, now what we have to, this side of equation we have to add this angle ABC plus angle ACB plus angle BAC. Okay, both side of equation what we add? Angle BAC we add it here. Now next what we have to do here, as you see this all, you will notice that PAB, plus QAC and plus what we have to write, this BAC we will take it in between. CPAB, angle PAB. This is angle PAB. Next angle, this we will take it in between. Angle BAC, angle BAC, and plus angle CAQ, angle this or QAC, angle QAC is equal to this, right? Angle ABC plus angle ACB and plus angle BAC. If you notice, sum of this all angle, okay, sum of this all angle is the how much? These all three angles are there. These three angles are in a linear pair, PAB, BAC and CAQ. These three angles are there. They are in a linear pair. Therefore, what we have to write here, instead of writing, what we have to write here, write PAC, angle PAC, angle PAC. Okay, so instead of writing PAB and BAC, instead of this both, here in your textbook it is written directly. If you are writing sum of this all angle is equal to 180, then also okay. But in your textbook what I wrote, PAB plus BAC is equal to PAC, angle PAC plus angle QAC is equals to angle ABC plus angle ACB and plus angle BAC. And the reason behind it is that what, since angle PAB, this angle PAB plus BAC plus angle BAC is equal to angle PAC. That is the reason of it. Okay, now what we have to do, as you know that this angle sum is equals to 180 because they are in a linear pair. So is equal to what we get it here, angle ABC plus angle ACB and plus angle BAC. If you see these angles, ABC is here, this is the first angle of triangle, second ACB, this is the second angle of a triangle, and BAC, it is the third up angle of a triangle. And from this we show that the sum of all angles of a triangle is equals to 180. Therefore, angle ABC plus angle this ABC plus BCA, this right BCA, right, otherwise ACB, both meaning is same, and plus angle CAB is equals to 180 degree. And from this what we said that, that is sum of all angles of triangle, sum of all angles of triangle is 180 degree. Okay, so by using the properties of parallel line, we show that the sum of all angles of a triangle is equals to 180. And for that what we had done, first of all PA is parallel to BC we have to take, and take AB as a transversal and show PAB is congruent to ACB. You should show here congruent, otherwise instead of this equal to sign given, then also okay. And see here same thing, PQ is parallel to BC and we have to take AC as a transversal and show QAC is congruent to AQB, alternate angles, and then add this side both, and in adding side you just add this angle BAC of both side of equation, then you will get the ABC, because these are the linear pair, all these linear pairs of angles measure is equal to 180. So you will get ABC is equal to BCA plus BAC is equals to 180. That is only sum of all angles of triangle is 180 degree. Okay, so this is the what uses of properties of parallel lines. Now what we will see, whether the line next we will see test for parallel lines. Okay, test for parallel lines. So which tests are there of parallel lines? So parallel lines tests are test for parallel lines. So whether the given two lines are parallel or not can be decided by examining angles formed by the transversal of the lines. So first property, what we will see, the first property to test for parallel lines, whether the given lines are parallel or not, we will check by using the following properties. So first property, if the interior angles, if the interior angles if the interior angles, if the interior angles on a side, same side, on a same side of a transversal are supplementary, then the lines are parallel, then the lines are parallel. Okay, so what we have to see that when, if the interior angles on a, what, this is the test of interior angles test that we will learn in next lecture. So today we will see if the interior angles on same side of a transversal are supplementary, then given what, lines are parallel. Suppose I will draw here two lines are there. I don't know is there parallel or no. Okay, and if I will measure the angles, which is that angle, this angle A, this is L line and this is M line and this is N line. L and M are the parallel, this is B. If L is parallel to M and N is its transversal, N is transversal, okay, then angle A plus angle B is equals to 180. If angle A plus angle B is equals to 180 and these are the interior angles, and if they are supplementary, one side at least, otherwise C and D here we write, or angle C plus D is equals to 180 degree, then these two lines are parallel to each other. So if these two lines, then lines parallel, means angle A plus B is equal to 180, otherwise C plus D is equal to 180. If its measure is there 180, then the given lines are parallel to each other, and this is called as a interior angle test. Interior angles test. That proof we will see in our next lecture. Now second property, which is the second property, if one of the pair of alternate angle, if one of the pair of alternate angle one of the pair of alternate angle is congruent, then the lines are parallel. For that, again we will draw here two lines. This is suppose line L and M, same line I am going to take here, and N is its a transversal. Okay, then what I said to here, if line L parallel to M and N is its transversal, okay, then which are the alternate angles? This is A and that is B. A is equal to B. Angle A is equal to angle B. Okay, otherwise angle C is equals to angle D. Angle C is equal to angle D. If it is like that, if this measure of A and B and C and D is equal, then these are the which angles? These are the alternate angles. Measure of alternate angle is same, then given lines are parallel. Therefore, L is parallel to M. Sorry, this we have to show that parallel to, and L and M are lines right here. Are lines. Here also are lines, right? Are lines, and N is transversal. This parallel we are showing it afterward. Here we have to write then L is parallel to M. And here also, if alternate angles are equal in measure, then what we have to say that line L is parallel to line M. Okay. Then third, this is the which property? That is the alternate angles property. This property is called as a alternate angles angle test. Till that. Now we will see the next one, that is the third. That is the if one of the pair of corresponding angle, if one of the pair of corresponding angle is congruent, then given lines are parallel. Then the lines are parallel. So how to show that? So first of all, we'll draw the lines again here. This is line L and this is right N. These two lines are there. This is L and that is M, and N is its a transversal. N is its a transversal, and this A and B. A and B are the one of the pair of how many pairs it has? It has 4 pairs of the which angle? Corresponding angles. From that 4 pairs, A is equal to B. Then given lines are parallel to each other. So right here, line L and line M are the lines, and N is its a transversal. N is its a transversal. And if A is equals to angle B, okay, one of the pair of which angle? These are the corresponding angles. If the A is equal to B, then these two lines are parallel to each other. Then line L is parallel to line M, okay, line L is parallel to line M, and this test is called as a corresponding angles test. Corresponding angle test. Okay, and this all tests we will see in our next lecture. So today what we said that if this angle, any one interior, sum of interior angle, if two lines are there, it is intersected by a transversal, and sum of interior angle is 180, then one side of a transversal, sum of interior angle is 180, then the given lines are parallel to each other. Otherwise, if these two are the line and this is the transversal, and if A is equal to B, angle A is equal to B, otherwise C is equal to D, then these two are the what? These two lines, line L is parallel to line M, but by which test? That is alternate angle test. And if you are using interior angles property, it is called as an interior angle test. And thirdly, angle A and B, if they are if these two are the line and N is its transversal, then corresponding angle A and B, if they are equal in measure, then line L is parallel to M. In this way, we have to use these properties to show that the lines are parallel to each other, and these properties we are going to use to show the this properties proof we will see in our next lecture. Every property is there, that interior angles, alternate angles, and the lastly corresponding angle test. This we are going to prove theoretically in our next lecture. So today we'll stop here only. So today all of you note down these properties, and all of you note down how I wrote it in my page. Just take out the screenshot of this and write in this way, and with this you have to write the corresponding today which I taught you theorem, that is uses of properties of parallel lines, that is theorem, and this theorem write, this properties write, and send me on my personal number, okay. And then all of you just only some students send me practice set 2.1 solution, okay. So many students, only 3 students maybe send me, so remaining students all of you send me practice set number 2.1, and if you have any doubt you just note down below that. I will solve it on our next lecture. So today we will stop here, okay.